In this video, we drop the top of the SLK to find out whether that's what makes this car cool or whether it would have been better if it was just a coupe. Everyone knows it doesn't make you look cool, it makes you look silly and old. Or imagine if you're a little dog and they scratch your head. I'm kind of falling in love with this car. I've driven this SLK as a coupe since I bought it a few weeks ago, and it just is amazing. I drove over the mountain passes, the Alberasmus Pass to Savi. In the turns, that's where this car really makes sense. It's got more than enough power, it handles beautifully, and it's actually quite a comfortable ride for a sporty car like this. So the question is, I mean, the roof, that's the whole point of this, isn't it? So how does it drive with the roof down? Let's find out. The problem with the roof is, I think that's what scares people about these cars. You've heard horror stories about the roof that doesn't open and it costs tens of thousands of rands to get fixed at the dealership. Yes, often it's a small little thing like a sensor or a hydraulic leak, or a flat battery like the case with this car. So very rarely is it something major, but a replacement pump or replacement cylinders, that's a big job, and the labor usually eats up more than what the car is worth. Anyways, let's see if the enjoyment is worth the potential cost. It's middle of July, but it's always summer here where I live. It's probably about 27 degrees out. The sun is shining, there's no wind. It's probably the best day for something like this. I heard from some social media guy or some influencer that when you get older, you either look old or you look weird, but you never look young. And that explains why I look like this. And I think people that drive cars like this, there's the cliche that you want to feel young, or it's a midlife crisis. And that's sort of what makes it embarrassing. It's not, everyone knows it doesn't make you look cool, it makes you look silly and old and like you want to be cool. I think that's the problem with this, and I think that's why I prefer if it was a coupe with these dark windows. No one would know and you could just enjoy your car in peace, but now everyone will see you, and we live in a small town, so there is a chance that someone I know might see me and wonder, what's he thinking? And that's, I think, why I chose the Sunday afternoon, because everything is closed. Interestingly, there's a bit of buffeting here in my hair, so it's the wind hits me right in the forehead, which is quite nice because it is hot and it cools your hair. But I actually expected more of a bubble. Now I'm just over 6 foot, 183 centimeters. And I have had people complain in the comments that they are slightly below 6 foot and they can't get the seats far enough back. So I must admit the seating position is fine, but it is interesting that I feel quite a lot of wind in my hair. I'm just out of town now, it's 60 kilometers per hour. It feels very comfortable, but I do feel like I'm shouting at you. But if someone sat next to me, I think we would have been able to talk in normal voices and still be able to hear each other. A little louder maybe. It's supposed to do 60 here, and that guy probably did 120. I'm now doing 80 kilometers per hour, fifth gear, 2,500 RPMs, just where the compressor starts to really spin up. And it's just nice. The aircon's blowing ice cold, so the temperature is just right. There's a bit of sun from the side, air blowing wildly in the wind. It's enjoyable. I wouldn't want to ride like this or drive like this in the city. It would feel very exposed with people just being able to stick their hands in and jump in your car. starting to think I shouldn't have done this video. I almost didn't because I was a bit lazy. And I think the problem is I'm kind of falling in love with this car. It's not V6 or AMG fast, but it's fast enough. And it's not super economical, but it's economical enough. Probably does about 12.5 kilometers per litre or 8 liters per 100 kilometers. And it's cheap. You can't even get a decent Taz for this price. You know, the feeling you get with the wind in your hair like this is almost the same as when you go to the hairdresser and they wash your hair with fingers. Now, I haven't felt that for more than a decade, but that's what it feels like. Or imagine if you're a little dog and they scratch your head. Okay, let's feel if I close the windows, what difference it makes. Okay, it's a little bit quieter. There's a bit more privacy, but this hair area is still a lot of buffeting. The aircon is also more effective when you close the windows. It's difficult to form an opinion with just a short drive, but I must admit I enjoyed this more than I expected. I think I would have loved to keep this car, but it is very impractical. You can only fit 2 people in here, so that means I mostly drive alone because we are 3 in the house. We also have a little dog that usually goes everywhere with us. So as a third car, it would have been perfect, but I already have the Suzuki, the SJ. You can go check it out somewhere up here. It's a difficult one. Yes, I get the point of being able to drop the roof with a press of a button. It's fun. It's a cool thing to show your friends, and I'm 100% sure they won't care. The problem is that is probably 80% of the worries with this car, is if the roof doesn't work anymore. Yes, you can manually open and close it, but it sort of defeats the purpose, and then you can just get a soft top. And it could end up costing a lot, and then the car is suddenly not worth much anymore. So I feel I still would have preferred a coupe, preferably one with another row of seats, like a CLK. Maybe I'll get a CLK sometime in the future. Comment below CLK if you think I should get one, and maybe, who knows. Another thing I might consider is a big Benz, like an E-Class or an S-Class. So just comment E or S if you want me to buy an S-Class or an E-Class Merc. I love Mercs. I haven't owned modern ones before. I've owned the W123s, 2 of them, and they were just amazing. These modern ones used to scare me, but after my time with the SLK, they don't scare me anymore. Yeah, it's just a machine, and everything is fixable. You just need to understand how, and not be afraid to take stuff apart. Anyways, let me know what you think. Yes or no for the drop top. Would you ever consider buying one, and what would you use it for? I think that's why cars like this changes hands often, as people buy it and then don't end up using it much and then sell it again if it's in the way. Anyways, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next week.